Welcome to the show. We're here to let you know. Our time is now. We will be adored. Tell us that you want us. We will be your desire. I can be the star you belong to. Now you need us. Come and meet us. Nothing can stop us. I'm all you need, I'm a big
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fan Battle Cast, where we talk about the matchups that y'all pitch to the Death Battle team. Sometimes. This is another example of one of our occasional bonus casts, where, for whatever reason, we've decided to talk about a matchup that is not a pitch matchup because we feel particularly passionate about it. Today,
The passion this time was we just really liked the movie.
the passion for this is K-Pop Demon Hunters is a really, really good movie, y'all.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Like
Yeah,
this is like I feel like this is like the Puss in Boots Last Wish of 2025. Like it's a
Yeah.
good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say
But
that.
more musical.
A little more musical. I'm very excited to talk about this. I also like My Little Pony a lot, so I was more than happy to put this on the docket for today. Today, if you didn't see the title of the video, we are talking about Huntrix, the demon hunting K-pop band, versus the Dazzlings, the sirens from Equestria, and was going to be a music battle, which is always interesting. Death Battle always is saying they want to do a music battle. We'll see if this one is pretty good or not. Today, I am your host, as always. I am Santi Sherm. Today, we have a special guest. We have Dr. Fiction. You might know them from the Raptorverse Death Battle reviews. Say hi.
Hi.
Oh, that's you?
That was
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, that's him.
Well, they're not.
You could use the
they,
logic.
they are not the main guy. They are just a homie of the main guy.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not Raptor himself, but go check out his stuff. He's really cool. I'm a mod in his channel, and I help him out whenever he needs it. So it's pretty neat.
He's got some good reviews. I was on one of those once upon a time.
Yeah. We invited you down for Kratos versus Osira, I think.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
Lucky.
We have debating for Huntrix today. We have the Dark Lore Master.
And just so you know, the title I have there, it is true.
It is actual factual. We have with us Rand on their mission to appear in every fan battle cast from now on, as far as I'm aware.
Yes. I
Oh
am
God.
very passionate about this project, so I am gonna be here. And if I'm not here, I am still here.
Nice.
He is there in spirit.
I am in the walls.
Whose walls?
Everyone's.
What?
That's an
Yo, you
that's
see
a
the
pretty
termites
good
in
feat.
there? I've been trying to get him out for ages.
no.
We have Steven from Steven XD Films.
Hello there. I'm almost at 250 subscribers right at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, you're about to pass a milestone? Got to unsubscribe. Sorry.
Yes.
yeah.
Everyone subscribe to Steven Moore. Link in the description. Let's get this guy up to his milestone. And
Please.
last but certainly not least, we have Moloch repping the Dazzlings today.
I can't wait to show off their bitch girl energy. Let's go.
Who's actually gonna hear that?
Yay. I love your enthusiasm.
So we can kind of just jump right into this. Who wants to go first with their 60 seconds?
You want to go or should I?
We can do rock, paper, scissors for it.
Ooh.
I don't have a camera.
Oh fuck.
Type in chat. Type in
I
chat.
guess I
Type
could
in
turn on the
chat.
camera and just like walk over to the side, but like I don't even want to risk.
No. We can do it
Face.
in chat. We can do it in chat. I got you.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
In chat.
All right, this is something that the YouTube viewers will not be able to see.
All right. You're gonna
It's
have to
fine.
trust us.
I'll have
Yeah.
to post it.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Fuck.
Hey.
Moloch.
Oh.
All right, so Moloch, you get the decision. Are you going first or second?
I'll go second because Huntrix. They gotta go first, of course.
Huntrix
All right.
has to go first. What is Let me throw your timer up real quick.
All right. All right. Let's start her up. Okay. So Huntrix. They're the demon hunters from K-pop Demon Hunters, the titular K-pop Demon Hunters, and they have been trained from a very young age in order to be able to fight demons. They are able to mow through entire hordes of them in seconds, as well as be able to sing the entire time, because singing and the support from the fans of theirs are the source of their power. So. And they're the #1 K-pop band in the world. So they have a ton of power at their disposal. Now, they're able to... Now, this power and the fact that they can even seal away any and all darkness should mean it's pretty obvious that Huntrix is going to show the Dazzlings how it's done.
With 10 seconds to spare.
That's a good one.
Nice.
You're done. Now, Moloch. What is your response?
All right, I'm ready. All right. Well, y'all already know My Little Pony. You know the ponies. You know them. You love them. Some of you might even love them a little too much. But you also know that there is a human universe in the My Little Pony verse, and the sirens are a magical group of ponies that were sent there because their musical talent was just too much for the normal My Little Pony verse. And although their appearance may make them seem pretty, uncombat oriented, trust me when I say that when we get into just how musically gifted they are and just exactly because you know how My Little Pony gets. Once we get there, I think you'll understand that Huntrix, they're not going to be looking very golden after this one.
With 5 seconds to spare. Not bad, not bad. Now, I do think this matchup is interesting because it's not so much like these are traditional combatants. Maybe Huntrix is a little bit more traditional than the Dazzlings, but they are two combatants that fundamentally seem to draw power from performing music. So my question is what's the setup for this fight? Are we just gonna drop them in a traditional death battle arena, or would it be more like this is some kind of battle of the band situation that gets out of hand?
Probably
Probably
the
be
second.
Battle of the Bands.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it would be a combination of both, where it starts as like a battle of bands, but then once the Dazzling's powers actually harm them, then it just starts as an actual fight. They actually fight the sirens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're kind of under the impression that something I don't want to get too much into assuming aspects about the debate, but from what I understand, the Dazzlings draw power from how much adoration they are getting from the crowd, while the
Yes.
K-pop Demon Hunters also seem to draw power from the crowd loving them. So how would we make this work in a way that they're both operating at peak efficiency? Would we be we put them in front of a crowd who doesn't know them and we see who can wow the crowd better? Are you trying to do
Probably.
it one where there's equal amounts of Huntrix and Dazzling fans in there?
Probably.
I think it would probably be kind of like how the ending of the K-pop Demon Hunters movies were, when they were all in that giant stadium. It would probably just be there.
So is the
That's how
setup
I
for this
imagine it.
fight, what if the Dazzlings were the bad guys instead of the Sasha boys?
Yeah.
That would make
Yeah.
sense.
All right.
Because the Dazzlings basically operate like the Savage Boys anyway. So
Okay. Well, I
Except
guess
there's less
since
of
we're
them.
doing this situation, since the Saja Boys / the Dazzlings are the instigators in this context, Dark Lord, why are the Dazzlings going, or Moloch, why are the Dazzlings going to win?
all right. Well, I guess before we get into why they win, I guess I can better introduce them. Can you bring up Meet the Dazzlings?
Is that a video?
No, it's a picture.
Ah.
All right. So these three are the Dazzlings. You have Sonata Dusk, who is kind of like the second in command, Adagio Dazzle, the leader, and Arya Blaze. I don't remember if it's Arya or Sonata, who's kind of like the airheaded one, but one
It's
of them.
No,
Sonata.
Sonata's the airhead one.
It's Sonata. Okay, Sonata's the airheaded one. Yeah.
She's also best girl.
I'll take your word for it.
Didn't Sonata put a taco in a toaster one
Those are high
time?
schoolers.
Yes.
Yo, well, they look like high schoolers, but remember, this is My Little Pony human verse. And if you look closely, do you see those gems on their chest that they're wearing around those necklaces?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Those necklaces are basically how they harness their power. Because, like Sherm said earlier, the way that they work is that when they sing, they're sirens. So basically, as they sing, they basically put people in a trance. And when they're under that trance, the people become more, I don't want to say violent, but more
Negative.
irritable towards each other. Yeah, negative, irritable, something like that. They basically feed off of the negative emotions of the crowd. And when they do, the gems allow their magic to become more powerful. And eventually, their hope is, since they were banished to the human world, they'll go to their real forms. Sherm, can you pull up real forms?
How cursed are these things about to look?
Not cursed, actually. They look pretty normal. So this is what they actually look like in the My Little Pony verse.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yep.
they're sirens, so they operate, and they probably could swim, but for the most part, we just see them flying around.
They look more
I
like
would argue
seahorses.
flying is better than swimming.
they look more like dragons than anything else.
Well, Aquaman would disagree if you dare, so, depends on how you see it.
It's been like, what, 7 years since Aquaman is relevant, though?
Good point. Now, I did mention that they were banished to this human My Little Pony world, and that's going to be very important later, but I won't talk about it now. Just remember that they were banished there, and it's the reason why their powers are limited. So going into the fight, they probably wouldn't be able to use their full power right off the bat. They would have to work up the crowd, sing a little bit, show off their chops, and then put people under mind control. And that's probably how they're going to win, because unlike the Saja Boys, who have to slowly convert the people, Sherm, can you bring up corruption? For all the characters that don't have special magic, Twilight and her friends, they just instantly get hypnotized by these guys once they start singing. So you have the human versions of Queen Celestia and Princess Luna, and they were just immediately taken over by them as soon as they came into the school. And they also immediately took over the rest of the student body just by singing a little bit.
Human Celestia and Human Luna look weird.
I agree, but we're not here to talk about looks. We're here to talk about feats.
with FEATS.
Yes.
You should have
Yes.
seen, you all should have seen the face I was making.
All right.
Do the Huntrix have any resistance to just kind of being mind hacks frame one?
Actually, yes. In the finale to K-pop Demon Hunters, the mind control, Guima, the main demon guy, he actually does have mind hacks. He's constantly in the minds of every single demon, basically just telling them all their faults and such. And he was able to even extend this over to humans with And he was able to take control of Huntrix for a minute, but then when they got back together and started singing, it actually combated the mind control and brought them back. So they do actually have resistances to mind control. And they're even able to break out everyone from Guima's mind control. So the Dazzlings being able to mind control would actually be countered by Huntrix just singing.
I do remember Rumi not being affected by his mind control, so she helped a lot.
I was
like Zoe and Miwa might be affected for a bit, but when Rumi starts singing and brings
Once
them back,
Rumi
then,
comes
like,
in with the Snake Eater intro.
Yeah.
yeah, she's just gonna start singing Gangnam Style, and then all of a sudden everyone's gonna be fine.
I wanted to say
Oh
something.
man.
You think that she is like resistant to the big bad's mind control because she's like half demon?
Could be part of it.
Yeah, I think that is part of it because like it is mentioned in the movie where like Junie says, "Oh, you don't have Guima's voice in your head," despite the fact she is a demon. So like I think the fact that she's half demon, half human is actually canceling out the mind control from Guima, which means it would likely do the same to the Dazzlings. So
It's Genu.
Gino, yep.
Junie is from Spy Kids.
All right, I'm sorry. My childhood is taking control of my mind. It's almost like Guima's in my mind.
Oh no.
Spy Kids 3D
man.
was the
Oh
best.
no, I need to start listening to the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack.
Grima is Froop.
So we can say with like the mind hacks probably isn't just gonna end the fight. The K-pop Demon
Yeah.
Hunters can combat this.
Yeah, it might affect them for a bit, but it won't be a game ender.
It would affect 2 out of 3 of them.
I will
Yeah,
say
but then
someone
Rumi
in
can
the
just
chat
like
has
just say
said that
no, and then it stops affecting, so it wouldn't matter.
we're a bit past this point, but someone in the chat I'm just seeing now said that the Dazzlings are as old as T-Rex. So that would be over 1,000 years old.
Definitely.
I'm gonna get to that.
Well,
Don't
I
worry
mean,
about it.
like,
We'll get to that. We'll
Huntrix
get to
are
that.
fighting demons who have lived for like hundreds, if not thousands, of years. So like having a ton of experience doesn't really matter.
What have they been doing for the past thousands of years?
So
I mean, they've been fighting the hunters, trying to stop them. I mean, they've been failing, but like they've still been fighting.
Oh yeah, because in like the movie, it's like different generations of hunters, right?
Yeah, there's multiple generations of hunters. It goes back to at least like ancient China, because in the intro, the first set of hunters that we see, like at least that we know of, were like in like they were like in ancient China, rural China.
Like
So
feudal Japan, ancient China.
But I thought it was ancient Korea.
It was Korea.
I'm sorry, I'm just that racist. Sorry.
Oh no!
I do think that's one of the themes of the matchup. It is like an ancient demon hunting organization versus a couple of ancient, not demons, but like ancient magical
Monsters.
bad guys. Monsters.
Yeah, the Dazzlings and the Dazzlings are basically everything that Huntrix fights against in the movie, and they overcome.
Yep.
That's why I'm pretty confident in saying that they win. Like
I
the
think-
Dazzlings is just
Well-
what they fight against.
There's a
Well-
very big difference between the Dazzlings and the Soldier Boys, and that's the Dazzlings. I feel weird calling them Dazzlings because whatever. The Dazzlings are, let's just say they're very musically gifted. Sherm, can you pull up actual trendsetters?
What?
So,
Musically
Turns
gifted.
out like you said, they live for thousands of years, and apparently they're the creators of pop music in the My Little Pony universe.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Yes.
What?
Yes,
Huh?
this is from the comics. They originated pop music itself. They created it just on the spot because they went to like a coliseum to compete in a musical competition, and they were doing like the whole siren, wah, you know what I mean? But when they were doing it, the judges were telling them, "Hey, man, that's old news. You got to fix up your act." And literally in a single day, Adagio was just like, "Hey, I got an idea. Let's call this new music pop." And then she went to her room, made pop music, and then they started competing.
That's pretty good.
That is impressive, but I also have to bring up something involving their abilities.
Yeah.
Did they actually do it based on actual talent or because of their gems? Because that's important detail about their abilities.
Well, the gems store their magic power. And then, yes, because at the end of the movie, when their gems get destroyed, they lose their ability to sing. But that wouldn't actually affect their actual. Because being able to sing and being good at making music are technically two different things. Not to mention, they are thousands of years old. So I think that their skill with making music would still be there, even if they didn't have the gems.
All right.
All right. But here's the thing: if you're talking about like how much they can like extend their musical talent to everyone, here's the thing though: the Dazzlings might have created pop, but Huntrix perfected it.
Ooh.
Within the movie itself, before the Saja Boys came along, they had over like 3 or 4 times the amount of fans as the number 2 K-pop band in the world. And
They are kind of like the BTS of their verse because then they win the award like 5 years in a row for the best band or whatever.
yeah, they do that
They
5
did.
years in. They do that 5 years in a row, and
they're popular in the real world.
It even extends past the fictional world into the real world. Sherm, can you bring up Huntrix topping the charts?
Oh no. Outer Versa feeds.
They are topping the charts in the real world. They are
Dang.
making fools out of actual K-pop bands who have been established for years.
Oh, shit.
Like overnight.
All but one song from that entire soundtrack is trending.
Yeah,
Mhm.
all of them.
I will admit, I do love Your Idol. That is probably my favorite song. I love Your Idol.
Your Idol and Soda Pop are my favorite.
Golden's
Yeah.
my favorite.
Golden
Yeah.
is up there for me.
I'm a fan of what it sounds like, so it's such a shame that it's in the bottom. That's not. That's at the last.
It's at the bottom.
But yeah, Huntrix is like casually topping the charts in the real world, so the Dazzlings would not be able to match something like that. So
Well, you would think so. But the Dazzlings, after we kind of skipped, I'm kind of skipping over the movie that they actually appeared in, but after the events of that movie, when they do lose their gems, they actually start singing again. They actually go back on the road and they start singing for themselves, even without the gems. And they actually start going on a bit of a redemption arc. They feel bad about what they did. They feel mean. They realize they were being mean, and they just want to feel the love of music again. So what I'm really saying is, no, we cannot match Huntrix's popularity.
They redeemed themselves, really.
They redeemed themselves, yeah. But yeah, Huntrix's pool, I'll admit, when it comes to like actual songs and what's it called? Discography.
reach.
Yeah, it's I think they kind of hand us our asses there.
Yeah. So if the Dazzling's power purely comes from the captivation of the audience that they have, Huntrix would just be outdoing them every day of the week because they can just break the mind control that they would have, and in just pure talent, or like the amount of traction they have, it's just not even a competition. Huntrix easily.
Not
Yeah,
to
but
interrupt,
see-
but damn, this
Yeah,
is a popular topic because this stream already has more views than Zangief versus King does from yesterday.
My promotion's
wow.
working.
No, that stream had
All right.
That stream had 20 watches yesterday.
Now,
Yeah.
Dark Lord, there's something important that I mentioned. I said that was them without the gems. Now we're going to talk about what it is like when they have the power from the gems. Actually, you know what? It's been long enough. Yeah. Sherm, can you bring up Siren Transformation? This is the one with sound.
With sound?
What's sound?
Yeah, don't worry. I'll sing over it. I'm going to save us.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh yeah!
What's
I
this
got
called?
you. Siren Transformation.
I don't think you sent me something called Siren. You sent me a couple of gifts, but I don't know. Is it? You sent me one called Spectres, which looks like it might be the transformation.
No, it's Siren Transformation. I named it Siren Transformation. I'll send a picture.
I'll double check the zip file, but I'm not seeing.
Oh no, if it's not there.
Yo, Moloch, in the chat, people are telling you to lock in.
Lock it! Alright, y'all really want me to do this?
Yeah,
Because
Albedo from
I was
Batman
playing
is telling
nice.
you to
Do
lock
you
in.
really want me to obliterate them? Do you really want me to?
Not the lock.
I'll take off the glove. Do you really want me to do it now?
Damn,
Yeah, I don't
you
have
don't
this.
see it?
Oh
Chat
man.
is
Alright,
lagging
bet.
for me.
I'll re-download the zip
Alright,
file
you know
in
what?
the meantime.
I think Steve is
All
having a heart attack.
Yo, can
Alright,
somebody,
in that case, don't
Wait,
worry
I
about
have it.
Siren
yo,
I have
Steven,
it.
if you vote for Huntrix, they'll say
Oh, you have it?
I can have it
You have
in
it?
10 seconds.
Alright. So get ready, Dark Lore. Because the
There's a
Huntrix's
lot of build up to
transformation
this.
got nothing on this.
It's a lot of build up. I bet.
I have a very
better
important
cream when this
question for you
happens,
after this,
honestly.
Molek.
Immediately
Yeah.
getting into the multiversal shit.
I'm not gonna do it yet. We're not doing it yet.
I said that as a joke.
It's
So get
uploading.
ready.
It's
'Cause
analyzing.
when they
It's processing.
because when they get their gems, because keep in mind, when they fill up their gems in the movie, they only have like the size of a school assembly. That's all it took. All it took was like a small school assembly of students for them to get their full power. So
I
if they're
thought-
in the crowd and they convince even at least half of that crowd that they are good at singing, like I don't even want to know how much
I
more
can play it
powerful their
now.
gems will make them.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Show them what it looks like when they sing.
Oh, no.
I got it. We will be adored. Just tell us that you want us. We won't be ignored. It's time for our reward. Now you need us. It's time and heed us. Nothing can stop us now. There you go.
Wait, you didn't even get to like
Alright.
the actual transformation part of the transformation.
No, that was.
They
go into the
summon
room.
like JoJo stands like 2 seconds after this.
Well, yeah, well, that's Spectres. I wanted to bring up the
Sorry.
first form first.
I didn't mean to spoil.
Yeah,
I
that-
apologize.
Mo-
No, it's
Molek.
okay. It's okay.
Sherm, how dare you?
Molek, I have a question for you.
Yes.
How is looking fancier going to stop Adagio from getting stabbed through the heart by a Nagakiba?
By a
Simple.
Naginata.
Now she
By a
can fly.
Naginata, yeah.
Simple. Now they are able to fly. And they won't be able to stab them because they're going to first have to go through their basically spirit horse form specters. Sherm, please pull up specters.
Actually, wait, before we move on, can I just say something real quick?
What?
The Huntrix can actually fly because at the end of the movie, when they like dispel Guima and like they do their big nuke attack, they're actually like seen flying above everyone.
Oh yeah, we
and
forgot some
Yeah.
spoilers.
multiple
Spoilers.
demons
Well, that
are
was more like
actually shown to be
levitation.
shown to
I
have
wouldn't
the
really say that
ability
was
to
full
fly,
of flying.
which means that Rumi likely has the same ability since she's also part demon. And she even has the tiger and bird left over from Genu. And the tiger is shown to consistently be able to like just fly or walk on the air. So like them being in the sky like does not matter. They have like 5 ways of getting up there. And I didn't even mention Rumi's teleportation.
I was about
Yeah.
to say the demon teleportation.
And while this
Yeah.
isn't necessarily flying, they did manage to just jump out of a plane that had been flying away from the stage for like 3 minutes and somehow still land exactly where they wanted to.
There's like tens of thousands of feet in the air.
I would count that as
Sure.
falling.
So like
style.
at the very least, they have very good air maneuverability. They
can-
can fall with style if not fly.
I just checked
But
the
the
number.
problem is they still have to get through the specters. Sure. Pull up the giant ass siren specters. Because when they go into their forms, they're able to basically create a remnant of their true forms, and those can fly around and attack for them.
Gifts take a while to load. I apologize.
So yeah, the audience that you said, I just checked. I just searched it up, and it's like around like 500 people, well, excluding like teachers and stuff. So that's a big audience.
Yeah. It only took 500 people, and they already got to their full power.
I thought they had been going on like tour or something beforehand.
They were, but they said that it was only enough to like slowly rebuild their magic. But after the previous movie, when Twilight did like a big like giant magical attack to defeat like the villain of that, it was Sunset, right? It was Sunset Shimmer. When they defeated Sunset Shimmer in the previous movie, there were stronger remnants of the magic in the world, and that's when they started their actual plan to quickly get more magic, quickly get more magic from singing to people
Okay,
by going
I
to the
can-
school.
I'm being
And keep in mind
reminded of.
that they were only using remnants of the magic. Only remnants.
I'm reminded of when I was debating for Krillin versus Bandana Waddle Dee, and half of my arguments were from GIFs, and none of them would load because we didn't know
Yeah.
that GIFs
Oh,
took so long to load.
Getting flashbacks.
This will load eventually, but it's you might your GIF might be too high quality because it's taken a while.
Yeah, you should have just gone
Too
with
high
an image.
quality. It was
I
only
mean-
5 seconds long.
How many megabytes does it have?
Oh wait,
Oh, there it is.
Hey.
Oh, now it's
Yeah.
potato quality.
look at that.
See? Giant horse specters, and they fly around, and they're able to shoot magical blasts that also harness the Dazzlings' musical talents.
They still
So
look
if
like
the Dazzlings
seahorses.
sing, the specters can sing too, and they can create like giant giant sound blasts that are powerful enough to even combat Twilight and her group's friendship magic. And you know, in My Little Pony, that friendship is magic. So them being able to fight Twilight, who, keep in mind, this is Twilight well after her fights with beings like Discord, and I think she's also fought Tyrek at this point. But
She
if
has.
you can
That was
correct
the end
me
of
if-
season 3.
Good, thank you. She fought Tyrek as well. So this is like prime Twilight, like at her probably one of her strongest points in the series, and they were able to combat that with friendship buff. They had the friendship buff and everything, and they still were able to outsing it.
But yet they got defeated by friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like honestly, friendship is a very big theme in K-pop Demon Hunters. So
Yeah.
like the bonds between Rumi,
The other
Miwa,
two.
and Zoe. I forgot their names. Sorry. But yeah, the bonds between them after like the events of the first movie is like so strong. It would probably be able to combat the powers of Dazzlings if you were to look at this in like a versus equalization setting.
Yeah. That's what I
Well,
was going to
I
say.
feel like even with verse equalization, there's a problem. Like I said before, friendship is magic in My Little Pony. And when it comes to magic, the Dazzlings were able to match someone other than Twilight Sparkle. It's time. Sherm, please pull up Star Swirl. And this is just an image, don't worry.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Ooh.
It's time. This is Star Swirl. He is one of the most powerful magical beings in the world of My Little Pony.
More powerful than
Essentially, he's
Celestia?
like this all-powerful magical wizard guy, and he was the one who banished the Dazzlings to the human world. Now, why did he banish them to the human world? Sherm, can you please bring up Holy Crap? And it's named Holy Crap because this is when I realized, oh God. So the reason he had to banish the Dazzlings to the human world is because he could not defeat them. Let me say that again. This guy, Star Swirl Beard, could not defeat the Dazzlings in straight combat. He even directly says that all of my magic will be useless against their tantalizing tunes. He directly admits that he himself would not stand a chance against the Dazzlings when they had like their musical power over the audience. So what does he do? Sherm, bring up Battle of Centuries, because this is like the final nail in the coffin. He decides to fight them on their equal footing. He gets his magic and he goes on stage and he decides to fight against the Dazzlings musically, band for band, lyric for lyric, beat for beat. You'll see in a minute here. It's not a GIF.
I'm not sure why
Where
the
was-
images are taking longer though. Normally images are fine.
Where was Princess
Yeah, this is-
Celestia in all of this?
Princess Celestia's not even there because this is thousands of years ago.
What?
Yep. Yes. This is like old, bro. I had to search the comics for this. So they're fighting Star Swirl Beard evenly, and when they are, so you remember when I said that they were able to create pop music in a day?
Yeah.
You see that bottom box in the bottom left? That bottom box says that over the course of this battle, 23 different music genres were created.
And he created all of them.
No, they created them equally, going band for band against each other.
Oh. Oh.
And at the very end, you see in the bottom right, he still couldn't beat them. They were just that good with their magic. They kept constantly winning the audience over, even against one of the most powerful magical people in My Little Pony. I will not tell you exactly how powerful he is, but if you look it up, it's pretty bad. It's really high.
Should I say?
So go ahead, say it.
No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
I do like the versatility angle. Like I could imagine like the K-pop Demon Hunters are doing their normal K-pop, but then the Dazzlings keep switching what genre they're doing.
Imagine
Yeah.
them singing K-pop.
Well, yes, but they'd be switching the genre. But this just sounds like they're just really creative with their music. But like this, I don't really see any big feats on like how like they can grasp the audience, because like Sarswell, is he a musician? Like, does
No, but he said that he still couldn't use his magic to beat them at all. That's what he's saying. His
okay? But the main
magic
point
doesn't stand a chance against them. Dark
Okay,
Lord,
but the
he
main
couldn't
point-
overpower them.
Okay, but the main point is that they need grasp over the audience, but they don't have many good feats of holding a grasp over the audience aside from beating this one guy who's not a musician. They're going up against the three musicians who are topping the charts consistently. They are in their prime, 5 years winning the International Idol Awards, and can even top the charts in our own real world while being not established. Like, this is just they're creative in their music feats, not that they can truly hold a grasp over the audience without like mind control. But Huntrix, they can get rid of the mind control. So,
Well, you have to prove that their singing can get over the mind control of people who have magic on the level of Star Swirl Beard.
What?
Because it's not just a matter of the magic being good. It's a matter of it's not just a matter of the music being good. The music has to still be powerful enough to overcome the mind control in the audience. I'm not disagreeing that it would get rid of the Huntrix's mind control, but when it comes to the actual audience itself, they would still need to be powerful enough to have their music overpower it.
Well,
I will
Huntrix's music consistently touches the souls of people, like legitimately touches their soul and purifies it. So would
You want to
they
talk
would,
about souls?
they touch souls. That's the entire point of it.
I will say that Huntrix was able to beat back Jiwa, who's basically their version of the devil, who controls all of hell and likely has all of that magic at his disposal.
Yeah.
And they one-shot him.
And we all know that the devil went down to Georgia and is a pretty good fiddler. So that's
He was
also
double fucking sucking at music, though. He lost to a random kid with a fiddle.
Also, I remember this one scene, like Jiwa just spits fire at the main girl, and she just creates a shield.
Yeah, she literally shields herself with the Han Moon itself.
Yep.
And they can even utilize the Han Moon for attacks. Hold on, Sherm, can you bring up utilizing the Han Moon for offense?
What is this Tom Moon?
Dark
Yeah,
Lord's,
bring up the first one.
Dark Lord's first image.
No, he had the Spotify stats on on deck.
Yeah. But this is basically at one point in the movie, Miwa takes her staff and stabs it into the ground. Can you move on to the second one? And it just goes and purifies all the demons in the area. So like it could just flat purify corruption. Like they could just do that. And even moving on to the Han Moon itself, like not even the Demon King Guima can break through through a good Han Moon. So if the Han Moon can like banish all darkness, then like couldn't Huntrix establish a Han Moon in the fight, which would then banish all the powers of the Dazzlings, basically just trapping them in the demon world, unable to escape.
Well, the problem is, how strong is Guima? You guys keep saying that Guima is like, and I agree that he was like obviously the devil of that verse, but do we even know how much power he would have? Because at most he would probably just be like the planet.
Okay, so I'm not saying that the Dazzlings aren't physically stronger, but a lot of their strength relies on their grasp over the audience, which they just would not be able to hold over Huntrix. They could just purify anything the Huntrix could just purify anything the Dazzlings are doing, shutting down most of their attacks. And if a lot of their magic is concentrated around the necklaces, can't they just weaken the Dazzlings and then just destroy the amulets? Because they even
But
have
now
like
that brings
ranged.
up a important question, Dark Lore. How fast can they purify them? Because now we have to talk about speed.
Speed, yeah.
Wouldn't their speed be restricted just by like the tempo of the music to a certain degree?
That's a
Like
good
if it's like
question.
a
No.
song battle.
That would be a good question because everything would have to they have to be singing to the beat and
Yeah, I have one feat for Huntrix speed, but like it doesn't really matter because the entire fight would be following like the tempo of the music, which means that speed doesn't really matter in a sense.
Well, I mean, I only bring it up because the Dazzlings in the movie pretty blatantly. Oh, well, you bring it up.
Well, I'm
The
bringing it up now
Dazzlings in
because
the
it's gonna
movie.
take 5 minutes to load.
Oh yeah, it's a good.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
What did you upload
this?
this stuff with? Molasses?
Molasses.
Bro, listen, they're small. They were small ass gifts. But basically, yeah, in the movie, when they start fighting against Twilight Sparkle and her friend's music, the Dazzlings are like pretty blatantly dodging attacks made from sound, and are like just going around them pretty easily. So they at least have like speed of sound, reaction speed. Obviously, if we scaled them to Star Swirl, it would be much higher. But if we just went off of the movie, it would still be like speed of sound.
Speed of sound. That sounds slow.
Versus what
Steven,
versus
I
brain rot
swear.
does to a mofo.
Thank you. There, see, and boop, out of the way, easy.
That were their stands though.
Yeah, but they still control the stands because, like, when they sing, the specters sing, so they're still connected to the specter. So they would have to be able to have the same reaction speed as well. Because remember, the specters are just a manifestation of their real power.
Okay. So how fast are the Huntrix?
The best speed feat they have in the series is that Miwa can react to and even grab onto one of the Saja boys' heart projectiles, which can move fast enough to where normal people can't react to them. So they can also that's pretty much all they have in terms of speed.
Can they scale to something else? Something else more big?
Can they scale to 1C level of power?
You know what I'm referring to.
Do we know what you're referring to?
The
I
Han
think
Moon.
so.
I
The
don't.
Han Moon.
I don't get it.
The
The
Han
Han
Moon.
Moon?
Yes.
The Han Moon?
Yeah.
Han Moon has a speed. I know normally we say that it's supposed to be a 1v1, but I am curious what Han Moon speed feat you're referring to.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, I would also like to know. I didn't realize Hanwon had a speed feat.
It basically turned gold in like a few seconds as just waves start going around the entire Earth. It was in the intro.
Oh shit, that's
Oh.
right.
Ooh.
And technically,
thank you for bringing that up, Steven.
though I do have to say, hey, it's not Huntrix themselves that did, but it was their descendants.
Or their
So
ancestors.
Well, I
can
mean,
still
they
stand.
recreated the feat at the end of the movie, so
Yeah, it was their
So, yeah.
ancestors.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but during their nuke
Oh,
feat, they were
yeah.
able to completely light up an entire city with their power.
So at the end of the movie, I interpret it as they created a Han Moon around the entire planet with that explosion.
Mm.
Which that's my interpretation.
Yeah,
I'll be
at the
honest,
very
that's kinda
least,
what I
we
thought
know we
happened,
got
too.
the city they're in.
yeah, that's the only shot we got. But like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It's like kind of implied that it did go around the entire Earth.
It's probably implied. Probably.
There is also the fact that they will all be restricted to like the speed and tempo of the music. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense because normal people don't have faster than sound reaction speeds.
Yeah.
True.
And if your argument is they can use the specters to like kind of range out Huntrix, that's not going to work because again, Rumi can just teleport in, get close, and then start attacking. And Zoe, her main thing is throwing daggers, so she could just always throw it. She could just throw a knife at the Dazzlings, specifically
cool.
That
aiming
again
for
comes
the
down to react, but that would be reaction. That would actually be reaction speed, though.
We haven't talked about the music battle aspect. It is also like magical sword weapon warriors versus like dragon stands is also an aspect of the fight.
Yeah.
Dragon stance.
Like,
Yeah.
also at the end of the movie, I'm terrible with names. The half demon person get a sword upgrade that creates
Rumi.
sword. Yeah, Rumi gets
Yeah.
a sword beam.
Rumi did get a Getsuga Tensho at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, she can
From
actually like
Jin-
absorb
Jinnu.
the soul. She can actually like absorb souls. If they die in front of
Well,
her, she could just
She
absorb
only
the soul into her
absorbed
blade.
Juni's because it was Jinu's soul
Yes.
because Jinu gave it to her. So
But she would still have those abilities because she absorbed his soul.
Yeah, actually, she
way,
can
yeah.
even like physically draw out the souls in order to boost her attacks. Hold on,
It wasn't
what did
just
I?
her. It was the other two. as
Yeah.
well.
Can you, Sherm? Can you bring up utilizing the fans for attacks? The first one
Is
For
it-
the
yeah.
fans.
for the
for the
fans.
fans.
For the
Yeah. So this is the end of the movie, and this is basically Huntrix drawing out all the power from their fans' souls.
Huntrix
to
using
them,
the
can you bring
power
up
of a
the next
Windows screensaver animation.
Yeah,
They're
the
using-
screensaver animation.
They're using the positive energy of others.
They basically have spirit bomb.
Yes,
Yeah, they
that is
do
true.
actually have the spirit bomb.
That is true.
Can you bring up the next one, Sherm? The next image. So they're drawing all this power into them, right into them, and then can you bring up the third one? And then right after this, they nuke Guima, and then they create this giant Han Moon across the entire planet, completely lighting everything up. Because I'm not 100% sure if this can be taken as like a strength feat where their power can just light up. They can light up everything, but like it would still be incredibly impressive.
And fast.
Yeah. Actually, someone in the chat says that the old hunters spreading the Han Moon across the world in seconds was calculated as like 1 to 2% the speed of light.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
That's
1
pretty
to
good.
2% the speed of light. Can I just do some real quick? How fast is Twilight Sparkle?
All right.
Light
Can I get a
speed.
counterpoint for you, Molek?
Yeah.
Light speed.
So, Star Swirl would not scale to the feat I know you're going to talk about.
Come again? What?
I will say we
Really?
are trying to make it. this is a 1v1 fundamentally.
Well, a
No, let
3v3.
Dr. Fiction talk. Let Dr. Fiction
Yeah,
talk.
let him go.
Okay,
Let him
he's
go.
the
I
Okay,
want to hear.
okay.
I'm
I'm
actually
sorry.
curious.
All right.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So the biggest feat in MLP for speed is everybody's scaling to Stygian, who's the main bad guy at the end of season 7. And he has a
Right.
feat where he covered the entire MLP universe in darkness. And a lot of characters, when he uses that attack, are able to dodge that same darkness that he attacks with. If I remember the feat right. And so a lot of people can scale to that kind of light speed stuff, except for Star Swirl, because he was that because he got defeated by Stygian and needed Twilight and her friend's help.
Well, I wasn't actually even gonna scale him to that.
Oh,
But
I'm
that's
sorry.
a good point.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
wasn't
That's
even
just
gonna
the
use-
one that everyone brings up for speed for MLPs. So
Yeah. Like, cause you could get the My Little Ponyverse to light speed even without like the later season stuff. Because again, you still have Discord, who's just there.
yeah.
And she beat Discord like pretty blatantly. Well, they didn't beat him; they sealed him, and he came back. But you know how it is.
hmm
So they would still pretty easily scale like above light speed.
I do think that they scale to light speed, but I don't think they scale to light speed with that logic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to do it without bringing like numbers into play, especially since I'm notoriously bad at math.
Aren't we all?
Every versus debater is bad at math. Don't worry.
I'm good
Yeah.
at math. I'm kidding.
So-
Steven?
You
I'm
would
kidding.
estimate the MLP. You would estimate the dazzling speed to be around vaguely faster than light.
If we're talking about reaction speed, yes, especially when they get their full power.
Okay.
Which again, I'm still not really convinced that just because the Huntrix are really good at seeing, they could overcome the Siren's mind control over the audience, at least.
They did that exactly with
Yeah, that's
the
main
villain.
Yeah,
Isn't-
that's the main
But
plot of the
again,
movie, though.
you're
They can,
comparing
like, overcome
Guima,
the
who we
mind
don't even
control.
know how strong Guima is. We can get the Dazzling's magic up to a level of power that we're not even sure the Huntrix or
Are
any
we
of the demons can
correlating
match.
mind control efficiency to physical power?
Well, I wasn't saying physical power. I mean like magic power.
Because like if Star Swirl is like star level, that's I feel like maybe I'm misunderstanding your point, but I feel like comparing like just the overall magical power of someone doesn't necessarily equate to how good their mind control is.
Yeah, or how good of a
Well,
or how
the magic,
or how
their
good of a
magic is
rapper
what
they are.
fuels their mind control. They say so in the movie.
But if the Huntresses can reverse that mind control with them just singing,
yeah, which is the main thing they're going to be doing the entire fight.
The Dazzlings were been singing for thousands of years and created entirely new genres. They're
Yeah,
like
the
some of the most
Huntrix-
talented
That is
singers in
true.
like
Yeah, look,
the
they might have
entirety of
created
MLP.
pop, but Huntrix perfected it.
They did it. They didn't create pop. They didn't just create pop, Dark Lord. They created rock. They created country. They created rap. They created show tunes. Apparently,
Pretty much, yeah.
like these guys are beastly when it comes to music.
Yeah, but it just sounds like they're really creative when it comes to music. Not that they have any feats of like actually being good at it.
Were any of the
Yeah, they
demons
did.
that the Huntrix characters fought significantly old at all?
Gino
They knew.
is like
They knew.
400 years old. Actually, Guima is confirmed he's like the Demon King, and we don't know if there's like any line of succession. So like we can assume that Guima has been the Demon King since the start of demons, and demons have been around since like the dawn of the earth or dawn of time.
and if you want like a more concrete one, there's Genu, who is like 400 plus, and all of his gang, which are probably like around the same age of like 400 plus.
Yeah, and remember, Huntrix is receiving training that's meant to allow them. Is receiving training from like an organization who has been around for like thousands of years, and like training them specifically to fight and sing. So they would definitely have very good training. Like Dazzlings have experience, Huntrix has training, and training has been sorry, and the training has been shown to trump experience in the past from people. They've been shown to trump people who are way older than Dazzlings.
Well, to be fair, Guima in the movie, Guima and his demons, until Genu showed up, you see that the demons are maybe not Guima himself, but the rest of the demons, they're fairly incompetent. You even see that at the beginning of the movie. They don't really know like anything.
That's
Genu only probably knew because he was originally human. And he was his plan. It was originally his plan to take down the other demon hunters. Guima never even thought of that. So even if you wanted to say that the they're better skilled and they have like more like actual fighting techniques, just because Guima is old doesn't mean that his experience would equate to the Dazzlings experience, who are actually experienced in music and are super old.
Okay, but the incompetence you're talking about is just that they're incompetent in like how humans interact with one another. They're never shown to be
Yeah.
incompetent while fighting.
yeah.
Well,
Well, they're shown to be incompetent towards music, though, and that's what I'm trying to say. They didn't know anything about music. Genu had to come in there and show them about music.
Yeah, okay, so you're saying that they're not that demons are like horrible fighters because they can't sing? Like I can't sing yet. I could probably kick your ass.
Well, I'm not saying about fight. I'm talking
Kick
about
your
their
ass.
singing, 'cause this is a singing battle.
Okay, yes, this
They
is a singing
weren't good at
battle, but
singing.
again,
Guima's
Huntrix
not
has
a
been
good singer,
training
but the
since.
Dazzlings are good slingers, and they're older, and they've like obviously shown that they're incredibly talented throughout their experience.
Yeah,
Can
they're
anyone
shown to be
hear
incredibly
anything?
talented, but Huntrix is like specifically trained from techniques that have been evolved over the course of like thousands of years. So like they so like they might not have thousands of years of experience in order to learn this, but they've been trained in thousands of years of learning, improving the techniques in fighting and also in singing.
I have a question.
Yeah.
For Doc Law.
Go ahead.
Mhm.
In the movie, we see regular people getting their souls stolen. Would the Huntrixes resist that? Like,
I'm trying to think. Okay, there might be something where during the train scene, you see like an entire horde of demons completely overcome the train, and then everyone inside is gone. So, but however, Huntrix is fine. So like it could be comparable, but I'm not 100% on that. So their souls
I
might
guess
be taken, but I don't think Dazzlings have any way to steal souls. So like, would it even matter?
I mean, it is. I think it is pretty noteworthy that the Huntrix, as far as we know, they're kind of just like, even like obviously if they have the Hanmoon powering them, they're pretty strong. But we've seen them be hurt by like the ordinary demons.
Yeah, but then the ordinary demons are probably like just as strong as Huntrix
How do you know that?
because they can hurt Huntrix.
That's just how
Because-
scaling works, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how scaling works. That's
because
basic
we
versus debating.
because we see two demons literally pick apart a plane in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, like, and
Picking apart a plane compared
Not-
to
Not just taking apart a plane, but they're like ripping chunks off of it, like the wings and the front of it.
yeah,
I don't know, Moloch. Have we ever seen the Dazzlings tear apart a plane? I don't know. I don't think we have.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is gaslighting. Whatever.
This is gonna be a bad joke, but do the Dazzlings get 9/11 scaling?
all right.
What?
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 Plane
What?
Plane. Okay.
crashing.
This debate is really
Going
interesting.
Off the way. Yeah, going off the way.
Yes, it is.
I feel like we've talked about various esoteric aspects and come to some agreements and disagreements. To just try to get like a handle on like the main points, I would say like I kind of want to give you each a chance to like say like what are their main win conditions
Yeah.
at this point. Like we'll say Dark Lord goes first because he's in the top left corner. How would like what are the Huntrix's win conditions now that we don't really need to beat around the bush anymore. We've talked for long enough. What is the Dazzling or the Huntrix's method to actually winning?
Huntrix's methods of winning is basically just doing what they always do, and the fact that they do the best at it. They sing, and then that would overcome the crowd, which would leave the Dazzlings powerless in order to just be killed. Or the Hanmoon, with their singing, they could just create a Hanmoon and seal the Dazzlings in the demon world because their power comes from darkness. And the whole point of the Hanmoon is it seals away the demons and the darkness. So the Huntrix's main win con is just singing and it is proof that they are the best at it, and they're incredibly skilled in it, and they have tons of experience in it. So,
Okay.
yeah, it would literally just be Huntrix just doing what they do best and then winning.
So
Exactly what they have done in K-pop Demon Hunters as well. That's the main plot of the movie. They're just doing a
Wait.
repeat of what happened.
Actually, I have a quick clarifying question because I just thought about it.
Mhm.
When they're doing this fight, is the Hanmoon already sealed, or are they sealing it in the middle of the fight?
I mean,
I'd say they're sealing it in the middle of the
Because
fight.
because
Like,
the
the
because the
Dazzlings
Dazzlings aren't demons or anything. They're just like magic entities. They're not
I
gonna
think
get
it'd be
sealed
pretty
away.
fair to say like the presence of the Dazzlings wouldn't inherently eat away at the Hanmoon in the same way that the
Right.
demons would.
Well,
So I
yeah,
think
the
it'd be
negativity
fairly-
also eats away at the Hanmoon. Steven, what did you just look at?
You, of course, obviously.
His reactions are
You're just looking at a
very.
wall. This is a video comment. Okay, but yeah, so the whole point of the Hanmoon is it seals away both the demons and the darkness, which is exactly what the Dazzling's powers are. They're powered by dark magic. So logically it would just work. And negative emotions do like disrupt the Hanmoon, which is exactly what the Dazzlings would be doing. So they would prove to be a threat to the Hanmoon, be creating tears. So Huntrix would have to try and reseal it, and if they do, then the Dazzlings would be trapped in the demon world.
I see.
So
It's
the
also
argument for Huntrix winning is fundamentally their singing would more or less negate the Dazzling's power source, at which point their stats would be way lower and they could just kill them, or they could just BFR them to hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or they can just steal the magic amulets from them, which would depower them.
Well, to steal it, they would have to,
But
No,
they
actually
would be
get
depowered
know it.
because they wouldn't have the audience. And then if they have those removed, they can't really get the audience back because they also would lack their singing powers. Like, yeah, they do get some of their singing powers back, but like it would not be anywhere close to Huntrix.
I got a question.
I got a statement.
Oh,
Question first.
Question and then statement.
Yeah.
okay. The question is, how would Huntrix know that the amulets are the source to the Dazzling's power?
Well, I mean,
Right.
wouldn't they be like glowing throughout the fight? And,
I
like,
mean, but that's not a clear indication, though.
yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair. It's just kind of
video
like an
game
extra
logic.
thing.
It's like
And
video game logic.
yeah, it's video game logic.
Logic.
It's just like an extra thing that could potentially be used, but like I don't really think that like Huntrix would really like go for it. I think they'd probably just like murk the Dazzlings first.
That.
And
Oh, I'm sorry.
I remember at the beginning of the movie, like after the Huntrixes sing like the song after they fall out of the plane, the Hanmoon glows. So I think every time that they sing, it's just fixing itself.
Yeah.
Also, they can just summon their weapons from the Hanmoon itself.
Yeah, they just
Yes.
like the Huntrix, they literally can like manipulate the Hanmoon, like not only use it to like defend or use it for offense, they also like use it to summon their weapons and basically have an infinite supply. So yeah.
That does bring up something I was curious over.
Mhm.
Molak said the Dazzlings have a lot of singing experience, and this is a singing battle. But you also don't want to forget the other side of Huntrix, which is them actually fighting. Which I feel like Huntrix has a lot more actual combat experience than the Dazzlings.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're like if it were to be like straight hands, it would just be like an embarrassment for the Dazzlings.
I think that is like an interesting aspect. Like, let's assume that for whatever reason, their singing basically cancels each other out. And so it's left to, they just got a brawl now. And it's like Huntrix using their weapons and the Dazzlings using their stands. Who do we think comes out in that part of the fight?
I think that I think that Huntrix would be able to edge out because, like, again, Rumi can just like teleport to the Dazzlings, and they would just be like left helpless because they already sent their stands to deal with where Huntrix was. Now Rumi's behind them, and now they're defenseless.
I mean, okay. I mean, can I get into my win cons? Because
Wait, I guess
Yeah.
What are the Dazzlings win cons? You've been very
Okay.
patient, Mohawk. Sorry about that.
no, it's all good. I'm actually enjoying this because I actually really like Huntrix, so this has actually been pretty cool for me. So we've already established that the Dazzlings are, in terms of combat reaction speed, I know we said that they would be fighting to the tempo of the music, but once it comes to like actual brawling, they're still way faster than Huntrix. It's even if you wanted to scale Huntrix to the Han Moon ceiling over the planet, at the very minimum, we can scale the Dazzlings to like season 3 Twilight. So we're already talking about something that's 1 to 2% light speed to people who are well beyond light and then some. But even beyond that, you keep saying that they would teleport and reach the Dazzling's forms when the Spectres are fighting them. Need I remind you that there are 3 Spectres and 3 Huntrix? So even if we assume that Rumi teleports to one of the Dazzlings, there's still 2 more of them. And even if you get rid, and even if she hit one of them, which again, they're faster, so that probably wouldn't happen, and they can fly, so they'd be flying around with their Spectres. Even if we assume that Rumi could teleport to one of them, there would still be 2 more fighting the other members of Huntrix with their sound blasts that could match Twilight. And I'm not really sure if Huntrix could tank a direct sound blast from these guys. You also have to consider the fact that, and I brought this up earlier, you keep saying that they would win over the whole audience to their side, but in the movie, that was a process that took a little bit. That took a bit of time throughout them singing in their final battle. In the context of the My Little Pony movie, that sounds so weird. Saying that out loud.
Don't
All right, let
don't
me
gain
go.
self-awareness. Stay in the pocket.
Let me cook.
Don't get self-awareness.
In the movie, again, as I think Fiction brought it up, it only took around 500 people for them to reach their full power. They're in the audience of the K-pop demon like arena. If we were to use that arena, there would be at minimum thousands, tens of thousands of people in that crowd. We would only need like 1% of that crowd to reach our full power. And we would be in that full power for the whole fight. So it's not really a matter of them winning over the whole audience, because like I said, that would take time. It's still, we would have such a small percent of them on us that we would still be powerful enough to beat Huntrix. And just obliterate them with the power of sound.
Interesting. Someone did bring up that Albedo brought up that My Little Pony is Broadway force versus the Huntrix having to like write songs realistically. Which I know I'm not one of the debaters for this, but I would like to bring up the fact that the song that won the day at the end of the K-pop Demon Hunters movie was essentially freestyle.
True.
Yeah.
Like they just like walked up and said that.
I didn't want to bring it up, but like, yeah, they can freestyle.
Oh, and that's another thing. What's going to happen when the Dazzlings are losing and they're just like, all right, bet, let's create a new genre. And they just start singing like African rap rock in the middle of the stage. And the complete vibe of the audience changes because they're like, oh my God, I've never heard this music before. Whoa, they're rapping and there's guitars and there's a teraphim in the background. What? And it's like, that's going to win.
It's like the Back to the Future scene where...
they just say, that sounds like absolute ass.
I
Is
was
this like the
because these people came for a K-pop concert.
Let's say they do just fucking spawn a music genre out of the void. They'd fight. I don't think the Huntress is just gonna switch up. They're just gonna stick with what they know, and like what they know is pop. and they can just kind of continue doing that.
Specifically K-pop.
Yeah.
And I would bring up the point that could easily backfire on the Dazzlings because the fans they are trying to accumulate are K-pop fans who came here for K-pop.
And K-pop fans are the most rabid fan base there is.
It's true.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's a good thing the Dazzlings created pop itself.
But not K-pop.
It's not like they'd be
They
completely
didn't create
outmatched.
K-pop though. They only
But not
created
K-pop.
Oh, yeah, they created pop. You're right. Sorry, they created pop, not K-pop.
K-pop.
Even
They
though
didn't-
K-pop is just a derivation of pop.
They didn't create the subgenre.
I feel like
They didn't
saying
create
that
the
the
subgenre.
people are gonna be fans of K-pop exclusively might be a little bit of an unfair advantage to the K-pop demon hunters.
Yeah.
That'd be like I
'Cause,
feel like
like,
you
you
have to
gotta
do
admit-
it. You
Okay,
have to
well,
do it
to
in
be
an
fair, if
audience
you
of
go-
appreciators of all music, basically.
Okay, but to be fair, if you go to like I don't know, Bruce Springsteen concert and then you just start hearing him do like and you just start hearing him drop like some piano music from like a saloon in the 1800s, I think people are going to get mad because
I think it's
Well,
supposed to be.
actually,
Even
that sounds
people
kind of
like
hard.
that.
Wait, what's the context for that? Wait, how's he dropping it though? That sounds like it could be cool.
Presumably
like
from the air.
he
Fight
summons a
Diddy.
piano from the void and then just starts playing. It's
I
just
think
that
for the sake of
Yeah.
fairness, this would basically be like a variety show context. Like you're here for
Yeah.
the Huntrix and the Dazzlings.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Someone in the comments had an excellent question. Does Korea exist in My Little Pony?
Shit! Oh no! Oh no!
I would assume it does.
Does
Right?
Does it?
Does it?
Dr. Friction?
We never really get a clue as to where, like, the Equestria girls. We never really get the clue as to like where does this take place. It's always just a high school or a forest retreat or something like that. We never actually get any country names or anything. I mean, you could speculate that maybe they're in America or Canada, but like,
It's a high school in the. It's
I
a
think
high
they
school
just-
in the middle
I
of
think they're
North
just in
Dakota.
Indiana. Like that's my headcanon. They're just in Indiana.
just in
They're just in
Indiana.
North Dakota.
So what you're saying is that there's no America in.
We don't know. Is the
there is
thing.
no evidence for
There-
America or Korea?
Oh,
There's
oh,
no.
no.
Okay, so this is just as likely to be in Germany then.
Just as
Yeah.
likely to be in Liechtenstein.
I
They're in
guess that I
Australia.
should say
Fine.
there's no reason to move anywhere beyond the high school setting or whatever setting they need. If they're on a beach, they're on a beach. You can decide what beach they're on.
Yeah.
We do know they're
sounds
not in Antarctica. We know that.
Oh God.
Wait,
Hmm.
did global warming get to that world sooner than I thought?
Now that I think about it, would a language barrier unironically be a factor here?
Oh.
The Daz, or not Dazzlings,
Look,
Doesn't
good
in the
music
Huntrix
does
and the-
not have a language barrier. Okay, you can get into the beat, you can get into the rhymes.
That
Yeah,
man's cooking. He's right.
But
He's
but
cooking.
Yeah,
I
look,
was-
if you look at my fucking playlist on Spotify, you'll see it's like 50% anime openings. Like,
and also
Okay.
we also hear like both groups, the Soulja Boys and the Huntrixes use switch between Korean and English.
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Do we think
true.
we're in final argument territory?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
We have
Alright.
been live for how long? I have no idea.
Hour
like an
and a
hour and a
half?
Over an hour.
Rand, don't complain. We go this long every time.
I know.
Rand's
you
always
know,
trying to
I thought
hit
this
us
would
with,
just be
man,
like a
this thing's
quick
been
hour-
going on for
hour
so
cap."
long, and the castle has been going on for like 40 minutes.
You've been going on for so long. Okay.
So I'm
I'm sorry.
gonna throw the poll up. Moloch, what is your final argument for the Dazzlings winning? Wait, actually, before let's stop, pump the brakes. There is one question I wanted to get to that I forgot to that I think is very important because there's a lot of conversation about this in the chat, which was the idea of the Dazzlings absorbing the Han Moon similarly to them absorbing the magic of friendship.
Oh.
Because there's a lot of argument for whether this would be valid because they could only do this when the My Little Pony cast were fighting. But there's also implication they were passively absorbing the friendship magic the whole time and they can only grab it all when they started fighting fully. So what do you guys think about that?
Oh.
That's
I never
interesting.
thought of it. I never thought of it.
Did it? I mean, friendship is just friendship. I feel like we don't even really need verse equalization for that.
My idea would be is that they're absorbing the Hanmu, but at the exact same time, because Huntress is actively singing, it's fixing it. It's
So
basically
because Huntrix is actively competing with them, they would still be able to absorb it since they're manipulating it.
but because they are singing, it would also be fixing it at the same time. So it basically just be canceling each other out again.
Yeah.
Like the whole point, and like this comes up in both movies, is the fact that the band members fight and stuff, but later like make up, and that fixes the whole magic of friendship they both utilize. So
Yeah, that happened in both movies.
There's a reason this matchup exists. There's a lot of comparisons between these two movies. Honestly, I think the matchup's kind of sick. I kind of want to do like a blog on this.
yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds awesome.
It was kind of hard.
I'd
hope
wait to
we
do a
get-
blog until like a sequel or two comes out for K-pop Demon Hunters, but after that, go
Yes.
ahead, gang.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do the sequel and we get multiversal scaling for Rumi. Just watch.
Imagine.
They actually
Honestly,
confirmed
if
that
that
Hell
happens, I
in
would not be
K-pop
complaining.
Demon Hunters is like a multiverse, and the Demon King scale
Oh,
above
no.
it.
No,
God.
No.
Honestly, the fact I could see that.
The best we're gonna get is probably solar system to galaxy level.
Probably.
I can see
Maybe,
that,
maybe.
actually. I can see that.
So
The Huntrix does a Doomslayer and spends eons fighting in hell.
They become the
K-pop
Doom
Demon
Slayer.
Hunters 2. This time, they're not crucifying around.
Oh.
I'm gonna throw the poll up. Moloch. Final argument for the Dazzlings.
All right. Well, you've already heard everything I said. The Dazzlings boast an impressive, just actual millennia worth of musical experience, creation, even being the originators of several music genres. They're way faster, even at a baseline, even in their human forms. And we could very easily use our specters to just shout the fuck and actually, now that I think about it, if we just shout loud enough with our like magic echo thing, we could probably just drown out the sound of the Huntrix. So that's also a way that we could just like bypass them singing.
I like
to
how
the
you're
audience. They
saying
wouldn't
we,
be able to
like
hear
you're
them.
on the Dazzlings team.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, listen, hang on.
Moloch
hang
is
on,
the
hang
Bobby
on.
of the
All
Huntrix.
right, get
Listen
in
to-
it. Okay, but actually,
Boys.
I get this is like your finishing arguments, but I do want to say something. Actually, Rumi, when like during the third act breakup, like right before then, she actually screams loud enough in order to like shatter spotlights across an entire stadium, like all of them except for two. So like, I doubt that the Dazzling could drown out a voice that strong.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But at the same time, my sound has direct My Little Pony magic in it. So bing, bang, boom, shout to death. They're not going to hit them because we're faster, we can fly, and we have our Siren Dragon stance, which will protect us. Even if Rumi teleports to us, she would still have to hit us or try to grab our gems first, which she probably won't be able to do because, again, we're just faster. The Dazzlings are just dazzling their way through this whole fight, and they will be adored and they will not be ignored, and they will once again be unstoppable.
I like how he continued to say we and us that whole time. I like to imagine the Huntrix have Bobby and the Dazzlings have Moloch.
I was just about to bring that up.
Moloch is fighting with Bobby backstage in full fisticuffs.
So what member
It's
of
just
the
like
I'd win,
Dazzlings
dude.
Dazzlings are you?
That'd be a high diff fight though, because Bobby looks pretty strong.
What?
Also, it's
Dude's
Bobby.
like fat.
We all know that the Dazzlings are Moloch's favorite My Little Pony antagonists.
They are?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Bobby is clearly large
Okay,
planet level.
hold on. Before we get into that, let me bring up my final arguments.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I do not think the Dazzlings are going to win this because simply Huntrix is known for taking on folks like the Dazzling. It's just something that they do all the time, and they have consistently shown to be able to take on folks like this. And sure, I actually have one last thing I want you to bring up. Can you bring up final argument?
You have an
Isn't
image
what I
for
think
your
it is,
final
I-
argument?
Oh boy.
Oh, is it going to be a joke?
Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, this is a Discord message from Molak, the guy who
Oh my goodness.
Your Honor, Your Honor, Your Honor. That was Ricky,
Your
from the
Honor,
record,
Your Honor,
this is
Your Honor, this is
unfair.
all true. This is what you sent. You sent this.
He did.
This is
He
your
did.
own words. Okay, but
Yo, like Sanaya, how could you?
No,
I will
I don't think
leak
Molak
but
any
is
and
later
all
in the
messages
Discord,
order
I
to win a
learned
debate,
more, and
okay?
then I started to like them.
Uh-huh.
No, this is not fair.
I'll just keep this at the bottom over here.
Alright.
This is some slander. What is
Huntrix,
this?
they're known for taking on people like the Dazzlings. They consistently take on them, folks like that. The Dazzlings would not be able to mind control the audience because Huntrix can counter that. They would not be able to take over the audience because Huntrix has multiple feats of taking over entire audiences. Well, the Dazzlings, their best feats is just that they're really creative when they come up with music. But even then, they might just come up with a dud. So, I think in the end, the Huntrix is simply just going to show the Dazzlings how it's done. And unfortunately, the Dazzlings won't be dazzling anymore. That'll just be a Huntrix. Because they're shining like gold. And like the queens are meant to be.
Golf claps.
I
Golf
disagree.
claps.
That was so dirty, Dark Lord, but I respect the shit out of you for that.
This is a fascinating debate. Rand, you're in the
Yeah.
top left. Who do you think wins?
Okay, I'm going strictly off of vibes, a little bit.
Oh.
That's fair.
We
A lot of this
argued
has
for
to be
2
based on
hours
vibes.
about
Yeah.
semantics, and you're judging
Yes.
it off of vibes.
Yes,
Oh,
vibe is gonna play a big part in this for me.
vibes, huh?
Oh, you're being like literal, like who you think will win the crowd.
Yes,
Okay.
like literal vibes.
Okay.
I am going to go with Huntrix because their music can just cancel out the mind control. The Dazzlings might be faster, but canceling out the music will probably like depower them, and just the teleportation as well could get up behind them and just as Saul brought up in the monkey versus duck, just stab them.
But we're faster.
That was my argument initially, way back in the Winter versus Dobby days.
Just stab them.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I remember those days.
Yeah, I'm also gonna say the Huntrix because the music has just kind of engraved it into my head and I can't stop. Please help.
No,
Yeah,
not
let's
the
go,
universal
let's go.
beats. No, no.
So we have one vote for Huntrix. I am next. This is an extremely tricky match to figure out for me. So I'm just trying to go through it in my head. We have like the two are on stage. We'll say like Huntrix is on the hill like the Team Rainbow was, and the Dazzlings are on stage and they're singing at the same time. Because that's how like the fight would start, just like in character. So they're both singing. I'm trying to think who would influence the crowd better, because the Dazzlings do just pull people in with their magic, but the Huntrix crew can negate that with their own song. Because it's really weird. The Dazzlings seem to be able to do this. If I remember the final fights correctly, the Dazzlings were doing it mid-fight, like they were actually singing during the fight. But in K-Pop Demon Hunters, like, the demons tried it, and then they stopped singing, and then the K-Pop Demon Hunters, they started singing to negate it. What would have happened if the Saja Boys were, like, singing at the same time? I'm guessing, like, I'm just gonna guess by context they couldn't do that, like, it just wouldn't work, like, the K-Pop Demon Hunters music was just overpowering everything. So it's really tough to try to figure out. I think that I think if the Han Moon is there granting a certain level of protection to everyone, then I think that the K-pop Demon Hunters would be able to negate control of the I am genuinely really struggling with this. This is so close in my brain to me. Because if the
Maybe
Huntrixes
we'll
back to you?
negate their singing, then it's Rapskis. I don't know. But if the Huntrix,
But
if the Dazzlings have even a little bit of magic, then they should just outscale and their dragons could probably just blitz the Huntrix. This is so much harder than I thought it would be.
Maybe we should come back to you.
Who's the better musician? This is a really weird conversation because we have to discuss like in lore music quality versus IRL music quality. I don't think anyone would debate that like IRL the Dazzlings music is better. I think all of us would agree the K-pop Demon Hunter songs are better. But the question is like in lore,
Yeah.
this is like lore scaling. The Dazzlings have music lore scaling. We don't see any on-feet music feats. It's all lore music
True.
feats. They invented music, but Huntrix is so good. Oh, this is the most torn I've ever been. Oh no, I'm wasting so much time, but I want to be honest.
It's like the guy who yeah.
I think I'm going to give it to Huntrix.
We only need 1% of the audience.
Because I think that the Hanmoon gives them another layer of musical protection that would let them prevent the Dazzlings from powering up enough. So I'm going with the Huntrix. But damn, I'm uncertain.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fair.
I'm sorry
Ooh,
it took
that's
so
too
long.
easy.
I was just genuinely couldn't figure it out. Steven, what do you think?
Well, I basically he's been against you for the entire stream. I'm sorry about that.
It's all good.
And after hearing all of your arguments for the Dazzlings, even some that I didn't even know, I didn't know they invented pop, which was insane to me. I'm still voting for Huntrix.
Ah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've been yeah.
Yeah, actually, one guy did bring up in the comments. He brought up a good thing. He said Huntrix are a worldwide phenomenon, and the Dazzlings are like a local group.
That's also
That is
yeah.
that is very true. Yeah.
a local group that almost created like 23 music genres.
Yeah, I don't know if I would
They
describe
still-
them as
they're
a
still
local
just-
group. That feels... I don't know about that one. All right, Dr. Fiction, what is your verdict?
So it really, for me, comes down to this is a very classic good versus evil match,
Yes.
where that is literally part of their power sets, is harnessing the power of good versus harnessing the power of evil and discord and all that. And I really think because of that, it gives Huntrix the edge, because not only have we seen Huntrix win against this exact same thing in their own movie, but the Sirens lose to what Huntrix is capable of in their own movie. Despite being at the height of their power, they still lost to the same thing that Huntrix dished out and could win with. So for me, that gives me my vote for Huntrix.
Oh, it's a
That's
sweep.
insane.
Hey. Chat
Well,
vote-
it's
I didn't
actually
get
not
the
a
sweep.
full
I
sweep
didn't get the
because I'm
sweep.
going to
It was
end the
kind of
poll right
embarrassing,
now.
but-
And the Dazzlings actually kind of stomped the YouTube poll. Like, they won with 69%.
Yeah, because the YouTube poll was actually listening. Whatever. It's all good.
I think this is an
The Dazzlings
incredibly
won with
nuanced
69%
debate.
of the vote.
I literally changed my mind during Steven's answer and then changed my mind back during Fiction's answer. Like, it is
Look,
just genuinely a really tricky fight to figure out for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't believe this is my first L on Fan Battlecast.
This is your first?
Yeah, this is my first one.
I was hoping.
There's
I
a
was
first
hoping,
time for everything.
I was
Okay,
hoping you'd be
Moloch,
first.
look, if it changes anything for you, in the YouTube poll, you got 69% of the vote.
Nice.
Nice.
That is pretty
My first
nice.
appearance was a lot.
YouTube
so
thinks
there's
you'll
that.
win.
I think the sweep is a little deceptive of how close this fight is. I say sweep like he did win the YouTube poll. It was 4-1, but it is tricky and nuanced to figure this one out.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
mean,
a
yeah.
it's a
I mean, I just couldn't
fascinating
compete with
match.
Huntrix's outerversal feats. They use their songs to manipulate you guys in real life. I mean, I just couldn't match that.
This
It
is
what it is.
Kratos
So-
versus Asura of on-screen music scaling versus lore
It-
music scaling.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
also feels like a very stats versus hacks fight because the Dazzlings have the stats,
Yeah.
but Huntrix just has the perfect hacks they need to get rid of the Dazzling stuff. So it's like it also has that element in there.
I will say, I do think
Yeah.
the Dazzlings also have a significant size advantage because they're like in the My Little Pony cartoon. When we see the flashback, like their head is bigger than like a whole pony, so I feel like they would generally be like, aside from like the giant fire demon, which barely counts because he's just a big fire. That this would be like the biggest thing the Huntrix's crew has ever fought.
So you think
Yeah.
the
True.
seahorses are like big as buildings?
Pretty much, yeah.
Not to mention, it's questionable whether or not they could even harm the specters.
Well, they can harm like
Dazzlings themselves.
demon fire, so I don't know what
Yeah.
that means for intangibility interaction.
Yeah, like
It's
yeah, like
true.
Rumi literally like swung her upgraded sword, sent a like beam of either like energy out and just like Moses Satan.
Yeah. And even
Yeah.
if like they couldn't damage them, they could still just be a farm. They could send them to hell, which is a very fun win condition.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't damage you. Here, send you to hell.
But what
There's
if they
also-
go to hell and they use mind control to get the demon support and then they just break out?
Well, they
All
can't.
right.
They can't break
Fight
out.
two.
The Han Moon keeps them in hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
What?
They can.
There's so much. Oh my god.
there is also another thing that the Huntrix have that the Dazzlings don't. More material.
What?
They're getting a sequel. Well, a
I mean,
stage
they
musical,
maybe in
and
the
more
future,
stuff.
but as of right now, the Dazzlings do have more material, just like objectively.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah, but what
something
have
we
they,
come
what have
back
they
to
been
though when
doing
those
for all
come
that
out.
time, though? What have they
Yeah.
been
That's
doing
like a
for all
good
that
like
time?
timeline question because Star Swirl sent them back like in the time before Celestia, and then like 1,500 years later they show up. Were they just like, are they immortal in the human world? Were they just like in
Yeah,
teenage bodies
more or
like
less.
that whole
Much.
time?
You
They're
do have to
ageless.
also remember Sunset Shimmer was like an adult when Twilight Sparkle was a child, and when Twilight went
Yeah.
to the human world, Sunset Shimmer was like going through her 4th year of high school,
What?
and Sunset Shimmer went
Yeah.
to the human world as a high schooler.
Yep.
So there's some
What is-
weird
the
like
timeline-
time and
the-
what
space
is it?
shenanigans going on between Equestria and the human world.
But-
What is
Yeah,
the
just don't worry about it.
age
Just know that
Okay,
they're
well,
immortal.
if you
that's
look at
it.
it like this, ponies don't live as long as humans, so like maybe they're just like changing them around, so then they're like,
The
Oh.
ponies are ponies. We don't know if they age the same way, like not even like in terms of scale, but in terms of like we don't know if the parts of the brain age at the same rate.
That is so weird. That is so mind-bending.
I can't
don't
believe we're
even-
getting into this level of the argument. Oh my god.
Well, the
Yeah,
argument's
we're just
over.
trying to
Good
clear up
debate.
something that the
Now we're
movie's
just
based
kind
on.
of talking about what we like
Yeah.
about the debate. I think this
Yeah, but-
debate's really cool. I think I love this matchup.
The music would
That's
go
so crazy.
so hard, but it
The
would be
music
so,
would be great.
It would
Yes,
be so difficult
Yeah, the
to
music
do.
would have to be really good.
It'd have to be so difficult to do because you would have to get 6 actresses who can all sing perfect.
There'd also be a lot
I
of
don't think you
pressure
need
to just.
6.
Now I know the Death Battle crew like always cooks with music, but that's still like a lot of pressure to make music comparably good to the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack. That's a tall order.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a really high bill.
This would definitely have to be a big collab track between Brandon, Wolf. Get a bunch of people in to sing.
Mhm.
They could get like Amelie.
They could
Yeah,
get like
Amelie.
they could literally maybe get only 3 girls in and have them sing for both sides.
And think about the interactions they would have with the good and evil, and how they feel similar but so different at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've seen a lot of artwork just for like this general crossover. Like this is like an idea that's not just in a versus sphere. This is just an idea that people have that they think are fun.
I would also like to ask something like I don't think like the Dazzlings are like completely immortal. I think they're just ageless.
Yeah, they're like ageless.
Is there a difference?
Isn't that?
Yes.
Wait, yeah. What's the
Yes.
difference?
Ageless would be like you don't die by aging, but you can still like get shot in the head. Immortal would be like you can't die by getting shot in the head.
Or
Yeah.
age. There is a difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if I were to say I wish to be immortal, I would say I wish to be ageless. Because at some point I do want to die. To be just
At the very least,
just
I
don't
would
wanna
not
die
want to
by
be
age.
alive when the sun explodes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That sounds like it'd suck.
I do really like this matchup though, because even despite the big stat gap of how close it is, and just this debate has been a lot of fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This again, as Doctor said, it's a stacks versus hacks, which we're gonna have a lot of those later this month.
I don't even know if stats versus hacks is the way I would describe it. I think it's just more like fundamentally how their abilities interact is the most important factor, which is
Yeah, it's just
some
like
of the coolest fights.
counter
in my
versus
opinion.
counter versus abilities. Counters get. It's basically just them countering each other.
Yeah.
And considering that the K-pop Demon Hunters is they've been getting a lot more matchups, more than just the Dazzlings. Eddie Riggs from Brutal Legend has also been requested.
Yes!
True. I've
Versus-
seen
yeah,
that
I
one.
know
Versus
that one.
Huntrix?
versus Eddie Riggs.
That one's it's there.
That's a tone clash.
Brutal Legend is
It's
so.
tone clash, but there are examples of mixing metal and K-pop.
That's true.
Which
Dr.
sounds
Fiction loves
great.
metal, so I don't
Metal
think
and
you're gonna
K-pop
get any
fine,
of
but
this.
when you mix
Korean
African
metal.
rap with rock,
Korean metal, let's go.
Yeah.
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 K metal. Alright.
Metal.
Yeah.
With all that said, guys, thanks for watching. Go watch K-pop Demon Hunters. I think that's the
Yes.
moral of the
Yes.
story. Watch
Honestly,
it on
yeah,
Netflix
watch
or
K-pop
pirate
Demon
it.
Hunters.
Pirating it
I
is
would-
also valid. Just
Yeah,
go
I
watch it.
remember. Like I remember watching it first when I was like drunk off my ass, and didn't really think it was that great. But like when I rewatched it for this cast, it was like really, really good. I highly recommend it.
It's like I said this before stream, but I feel like it's on a similar quality as like how like Puss in Boots' Last Wish was like the standout animation feature of that year. I think K-pop Demon Hunters is the animated film of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't
Yeah.
think anyone expected it to be this good.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
phenomenal. Hey, Sony's been cooking on their animation. I hope that their
Like,
workers
they
are getting
have.
paid well.
The
Yeah.
the
Now
next
Just
hope
kind of
that
sucks that their most recent movie was another fucking Smurfs movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that was them. Oh yeah.
I thought it was Paramount.
No, Sony owns the license to Smurfs
Yeah.
movies.
Ah,
How Sony?
I will say Sony's next animated movie is 2D, but it's
I know what movie it is. It's Gendy
It's-
Torkowski.
it's Gendy Tartakovsky's fixed.
And then will
Oh,
we get
no.
Spider-Verse 3?
Yeah,
No,
it got delayed.
that movie's coming out in 2027.
Oh, okay, that's not too far off.
Yeah.
I think what would be Sony's next movie after Fixed?
Oh, I'm glad we delayed for this long because I do have an announcement. If any My Little Pony fans are still in the chat, number one, welcome to the show. I'm glad you like it. Weirdly enough, My Little Pony cast seems to be some of our like most well performing, so I guess there's an audience here. If y'all are still in the chat, tune in tomorrow because we will be doing another My Little Pony cast. We will be doing Princess Celestia versus Superman, and we actually have gotten the My Little Pony YouTuber Josh Scorcher in that cast, so this will be a very fun time. So tune in tomorrow for that one.
Do you also want to go ahead and shield Fridays?
And Reptile versus Riptor on Friday if you like fighting games.
And lizards.
And Lizards.
Honestly,
if you
the
like
matchup
fighting
tomorrow
games
is
and
going to be
lizards.
one that true punk rockers are going to enjoy.
Well, I'm a bum. Yes, I am.
Going from K-pop to punk rock.
Yeah.
With that all said, thank you all so much for watching, and